about to set foot on the world's best business class. This is the Qatar Airways QSuites, recently voted again as the best business class in the world. Sit back and enjoy this ride as we take you through the highlights of this flight and see if it lives up to its title as the world's best. Alright, are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
So here we are at Auckland Airport. We are ending our New Zealand trip here, but we have one more exciting thing coming up.
We're going to be flying Qatar Airways on the QSuite. We're so excited and we can't wait to share it with you. So let's go.
Our flight route for today takes us west over the Tasman Sea to Adelaide in the state of South Australia. Yes, this is another fifth freedom flight, but more on this later. Arriving at the terminal, we find the check-in procedure to be quick and easy, with signs pointing to an empty flight.
Alright, here's our boarding part. It's actually pretty...
Swiftly passing through security and immigration, we find ourselves with some time to relax.
I just checked the board, they just told us to relax. So Qatar is actually part of One World, but for some reason they've told us to actually go to the Strata lounge here rather than the Qantas lounge. I wonder why that could be.
The Strata Lounge is located on level 2 of the airport, coincidentally opposite to the Qantas lounge. It is Auckland Airport's own lounge and feels quite modern. It is possible to use priority pass or pay for the access. The big glass windows directly overlook onto the airport's departure area, but if you're looking for plane spotting, you're going to be disappointed here. There was a limited selection of hot foods, but a good variety of snacks and desserts to choose from. The drink selection was self-serve and this is what it looked like. The lounge offers additional features like a children's play area and shower facilities. With some time still left for our departure, we decided to check out the Qantas lounge as well, mainly because they serve Kapiti ice cream. This lounge is the primary One World lounge in Auckland and is undergoing some refurbishments. It was quite busy with Qantas's new Auckland JFK service departing around the same time.
Alright, it's time to go and catch this flight.
Auckland Airport is itself currently going through a major redevelopment, and we can't wait to see how the terminals will evolve over the next few years. And here is our aircraft for today, an 8-year-old Boeing 777-300ER. These aircraft feature the airline's most fancied QSuites product in business class, where there are 42 seats arranged in a very interesting 1-2-1 layout. Our seats for today are 8K and 9J in the smallest second cabin. And behind us we have a 312-seat economy class cabin. Upon boarding, we meet our crew, who come across as really friendly already and escort us to our seats. This is seat 8K, which faces backwards, and this is seat 9J, which faces forwards.
Hello.
So there are actually 4 different types of seats in this aircraft, but first let's look at what's common between them.
All the seats come in a generous 32-inch pitch and hence provide good legroom. We are provided with a pair of pillows for this flight. No mattress is provided, but it is understandable as the flight time is just 4.5 hours. In front of us, we have this 21.5-inch touchscreen display. The screen can also be controlled using the remote located in the side panel. In addition to the remote, you will also find the AC power socket, USB port, headphone jack, and the HDMI port all located here. To the back of the seat, we have the reading light and the coat hook. And next to the seat is a storage area that has a bottle of water and the provided noise cancelling headphones. The storage can be moved up and down to be used as an armrest. Pre-departure service is Qatar's signature lemon and mint drink, which is quite refreshing. Prior to takeoff, the crew also handed us this well-designed menu card and a wine list. Qatar offers dine-on-demand service, and we requested to have our dinner close to the landing time.
What differentiates Qatar's business class from its competitors is the closing door that used to be a feature found exclusively in first class until recently. Once the door is closed, the seat transforms itself into a private suite in the sky. This function can only be used after takeoff and before landing. As we begin our pushback on an unsurprisingly rainy Auckland day, I must also point out that the seat contains individual air vents and an additional reading light in the overhead panel. Overall, the cabin was quite feature-rich and one of the prettiest ones we've been on so far. The taxi to runway 5 was quite short, and here's the takeoff roll as we blasted out of Auckland Airport. After takeoff, it was time to look at the 4 different types of seats offered on this aircraft.
So first we have this reverse facing window seat. It's probably the best one if you're traveling as a solo traveler, because you've got the privacy when you close the door and you're right next to the window, which means you get some amazing views. Next we have the second type of window seats, which are closer to the aisle, which means it's not going to be as close to the window, but you still have the privacy if you're traveling alone. So next we have these middle seats which are closer together. So if you're traveling as a couple, you can bring the partition down and you can be right next to each other if that's what you like. But if you don't want to be like that, you could always bring this divider up and say bye-bye. And then there's also these middle seats. If you don't want to be too close to your neighbor, you could opt for this one.
All the seats can be controlled by the side panel next to it, which features some preset modes as well as a massage function. And this is how the seat can be converted into a lie flat bed.
On the entertainment side, we have Qatar's Oryx One system on the TV, which is quite responsive and has a good selection of movies. It also features the option to select your language of preference, which comes with its own list of movies. The system has a basic flight map function, but unfortunately there are no in-flight cameras on board. Qatar offers complimentary 1 hour of Wi-Fi to its privileged club members, which is, by the way, free to join.
With 2/3 of our flight already done, it's now time to look back at our menu and make some dinner choices. The meal service begins with a drink, which is accompanied by a generous serving of nuts.
Cheers!
Next, our tables are set up with the tablecloth, the salt and pepper shakers, and a lamp. Yes, a lamp. How good is this for table service on the sky? For starters, we go for the Arabic meze, which is really good. Hands down, it's the best starter we've had on a plane, except for maybe the Singapore satay so far. Soon our tables are cleared for the mains, where I go for the chicken noodles, while Shweta goes for the
pasta. There's a lot of olives, which I love.
Both options looked and tasted equally good, and we were impressed by Qatar's catering service even outside its home airport.
Lastly, it is time for dessert, and Arun goes for the berries, which are served with some rosewater syrup to present a refreshing, healthy option. That looked too healthy for me, so I opted for this rich parsnip cake, which probably shouldn't be on the dessert menu.
So you went for the cake?
But that aside, throughout the dinner service, the crew were so attentive and kept checking on us to see if we would like anything else. Lastly, prior to landing, we are provided another diptyque, a fresh towel, and a small box of chocolates.
It's now time for the toilet tour. There are 4 of them in this cabin, and this is what they look like on the inside.
No fancy showers in this one, but check out this for the lavatory on the plane. It's just so much space, and it's got all these cool lights and a zoom mirror and some toiletries. And on the back we have another mirror.
With that, it was time to land in Adelaide, and we returned back to our window seats. Overall, the Qatar QSuite is an impressive and beautiful hard product that, along with the Inflight service, ticks all the boxes. Just before landing, our flight attendant comes and thanks us personally for flying Qatar Airways, which is such a nice touch. While the lack of amenity kits on the short flight were minor setbacks, we can totally understand why people rate this product so highly. We were glad to get a sample of the Qatar business class thanks to this short route. Although if you want to try this 5th Freedom flight, you do not have much time left, as Qatar will be replacing Auckland service with a direct flight from 1st of September.
How was the QSuite experience for you? Will you come back?
Sure.
Bye bye QSuites. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Alright, so that was our first QSuite experience, and I think we'll definitely come back to Adelaide.
Thanks to Qatar's recent partnership with Virgin Australia, we were able to use Velocity points to book this flight. The flight costed us 38,000 points. While the surcharges are higher than others, it is still a good value considering the flight retails for close to $1,200 one way. Thank you for watching this video and hope you found this useful. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you back on another adventure.